Yo, what's up? Joshua Casper here with another Ableton live video tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to use the beat repeat in a creative way to make a downshifter and then make it into a build-up riser type effect using one of the elements of your track so it's kind of cohesive. It fits right in there and makes everything sound good. So we're going to go ahead and listen right now to what we're going to be making. So it's pretty dope, it's pretty hot. What we're going to be making is this. So that's pretty cool. And one other thing I want to point out is that I've just used things that I've taught you how to make in the past for this entire build-up. This is a riser that I've made from the massive tutorials. This is the downshifter I made just a couple weeks ago. This is the build box that I made last week, just using the kick and the snare from the drum loop that I had and tweaking a couple parameters. So I suggest you go watch that. And also there's just this synth loop that has a fade to gray style fade in, and that's something else that I've shown you in the previous tutorial. So by now, if you followed along with all of my tutorials, making build-ups and breakdowns should be pretty easy at this point. But that being said, let's go ahead and get started and learn how to make this beat repeat, build-up, and downshifter. I'm just going to delete this real quick. And what I'm going to do is just add a new track, Control-T, and I'm just going to use this crash cymbal right here. I'm just going to drag that down to the new track. I'm going to solo the new track now, and what I'm going to do is, because of the way the beat repeat works, I'm actually going to transpose it up an octave. That's what I have now. I'm going to go ahead and turn it down so our ears don't bleed. Cool, and the next thing we need to do is come into the audio effects, come into the beat repeat, drop it on there, just the instance of it itself, no preset or anything. Take that interval and drag it all the way down to 1/32. And now if we go ahead and play this, we're going to hear the beat repeat, and it's pretty much going to go forever. The last thing we need to do before that is see this repeat button down here. We need to go ahead and click that one time just so we have the automation lane open, and come in and just give it some audio to repeat. So there we go. Now if we go ahead and play that, we should have a repeating part of the cymbal. Let's go ahead and listen. Pretty cool, right? And you can already hear kind of where we're going with this. The next cool thing we need to do is use this pitch decay, and that is as the repeat goes on in time, the pitch will be decayed over that period. So you don't want to go too crazy with this. I usually turn it up around 10 or 7. Something like, I don't know, let's try 7.94. So as you can hear, right now that's going to go on for a very long time, but I found a really cool thing to do, which is take the grid here, click that to get the automation line, and then from where it starts to where you want the actual decay to stop, just go ahead and pull down. So you're going to go from 1/16 to 1/256 over that period of time, and maybe you can pull it up like this to give it a nice curve or something. And now it's going to sound a little bit cooler, and it's going to get really funky down here in the end. Pretty cool, right? And don't mind everything over here because we're only making a 8-bar build-up just for this tutorial, and we're not going to be using any of that. So the next thing we need to do is right-click and freeze it, and then go ahead, right-click and flatten it, and now you can see the audio. Oops. And what I like to do is just drag that over so it's one loop. Take this and then just move it so I get a one one perfectly looped or perfectly synced piece of audio, right click and hit crop clips, and that's going to make sure that it's just that audio and nothing else, as you can see here. Pretty sweet. And the next thing I'm going to do is make sure that volume's really low. Great, right? And then click on it, Control D to duplicate, and then hit the reverse button over here. Pretty cool, right? And the next thing we do is come into the clip envelope down here, come over to where it said volume before, and change it to transposition. Take it from the beginning and make it come all the way up to, I think just an octave will do fine. Something like that. Pretty cool, right? And then if I come in, reduce the grid size, and kind of pull it over where everything else stops, so it can just leave that little bit of the synth up there. Maybe pull up the reverb here from the sends and returns. Maybe pull up the decay time. And if we go ahead and run that now, pretty cool, right? And if I go ahead and delete this now so we don't double up on it, we should have a pretty decent riser going on. So let's go ahead and listen to it again. And there you go. That's how to do that. It's really quick to do. And don't forget to go to the blog and just search for these other effects, because I'm making these, who knows, maybe by the end of the year you guys will be making an entire track for my tutorials. But breakdowns and build-ups are something I've done a lot on, so I definitely suggest going and searching for those keywords. But for this post specifically, I'm going to have links to everything that is being used in this project right here. Anyway, I hope you learned something. Go ahead and like, rate, comment, give me money. But you know the drill. We'll see you next time. Peace.